So, are you ready to film your next great idea?
But before you do that, let's run through a quick checklist.
Now that you got your story, let's make sure that you have everything you might need to show the world what you got.
Because once you're on set, doing your thing and all, it's a big bummer to find out that you forgot something.
We'll also include a downloadable checklist for you to use, as well as things to think about if all you have is a cell phone to record your video.
Once you have your script ready and you put together your shot list, you should think about what type of equipment will you need.
Maybe you don't have all the things that we're mentioning in this video, but we'll make sure to include alternatives that you can use instead.
Most of our stuff is inexpensive junk, and it works most of the time, but it's not equipment that makes a video good, it's the story.
If all you have is your fantastic story and an iPhone, then go for it anyway. The tips we're going to share with you in this video will still help you think about all of the various aspects, as well as things you should consider.
These are some of the things that we think are important to know about. We'll be starting with the most important.
So with that said, the first thing on our list is a schedule and a shot list. We're not going to get too much into detail here, but just want to make sure that you create one and that you bring it with you. We have a whole video dedicated to just making a shot list, and we'll put a link to that video into this info card right over here. Boop. Do you like my sound effect?
The first and probably most important thing you'll need is a camera. I guess, I don't know. But a little tip I'd like to share with you is when you're filming, keep your camera on manual mode.
This allows you to control the ISO, white balance, shutter speed, and f-stop, and keep those settings constant throughout your shoot.
Use a monitor for composing your shot. Typically, camera displays are very small, and it's very difficult to see in bright light or if your camera is at an awkward angle. It's very helpful if you try putting a flexible arm on your monitor.
Later on down the road, a helpful tool to invest in as a camera is a drone. Drone will always be helpful to create those awesome establishing shots, as well as some very dramatic shots.
A couple good tips to keep in mind before going out and recording is making sure that your batteries are fully charged and that you empty out your SD cards.
And if you don't have a DSLR and perhaps you just have a phone, just make sure that you're not zooming in and out while you're recording.
Make sure you don't run out of juice. It's a good idea to try to bring extra batteries with you on your filming day so your camera and or phone doesn't die. Just like how we have here, a lot of batteries.
When starting out, you don't need to drag all your lens around. Think about what types of shots you want to take and only bring the lens that you need.
So there are different schools of thought on how many lenses you should take, but we suggest just take the ones that you're going to be needing on your shoot so you're not lugging around all these lenses with you. We're going to have a future video later talking about different camera angles and what lens you should use, so make sure you're subscribed so you can see when that comes out.
The second most important thing to the visuals is sound. If you're able, bring your audio recorder with you. The reason you want to do this is recording audio separately helps you control the sound better.
Now, depending on what the situation calls for, you might want to try different kind of mics. If you were recording an interview, or if you're recording in a small space, you might want to try lavalier mics. If you were on the move, you might want to try a compact shotgun mic. If you're recording a voiceover, you might want to try a condenser mic.
If you're in a situation where you really need to record audio separately and you don't have access to an external audio recorder, use your phone's audio recording app.
A great way to really make your visuals pop is by controlling the lighting. Now, you might use different lights for different situations, so make sure you know what your situation really is.
At a minimum, you should have at least one solid light source on your set. When you're outside, your solid light source is the sun. But you might need a diffuser to diffuse the harsh light from the sun, or you might need a reflector to guide light towards your subject. Inside, they have at least one strong light that can light up the entire room.
A great simple setup is called the 3-point lighting system. This is where you have a key light, a backlight, and a fill light. This is how you can use the most effective lighting at its simplest.
To keep things inexpensive, and if you don't have a main light source, you could probably try to use a work light to light up the entire room. Don't forget to find out how far your outlets on your set will be. That way you'll know how much extension cords you need to bring along.
To keep your crew cooperative, try feeding them, even if it is just yourself. Maybe this should be the first thing on your list. Filming days can take quite a long time, so we want to make sure that everyone is sane and not so cranky.
Think about what types of camera movements you're going to have to be prepared for. Does your camera have a built-in stabilization? Perhaps the lens is already stabilized? Do you know how to shoot steady handheld footage? Answering these questions will really help you figure out what types of camera support equipment you're going to have to bring with you.
Now, this video is obviously shot on a tripod. Some good examples to use a tripod is when you're filming indoors, you're filming an interview type style, or you're shooting outdoors to get some establishing shot. On the other hand, when you're outdoors and trying to get some movement, it might be a good idea to do handheld. So get out that gimbal and get that butter smooth goodness.
If a tripod or gimbal is not an option for you, look up how to make an inexpensive camera stabilizer. If you're using your phone, it probably already has stabilization built in. For those moving shots, maybe just practice your ninja walk while Kipper is walking right over there.
So we'll leave it at that for this video. Make sure to hit that like button, it really helps the channel out.
And we've got more videos like this coming out soon, so punch that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so we get notified whenever we release something new.
Thanks again for watching this video.
And thanks for watching my face.
Thank you for watching this face.
See you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.